This is homework set 30, questions 1 through 6 on linear functions and equations of lines. Question 1 asks us to give the equation of the line with the following slope, -4, and y-intercept. So I'm given the slope and the intercept. So I'm going to use the slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. So we will have y is equal to m. Now we're given the slope is -4, x, and then b is -1. But I don't need to write that plus -1. So how about just y equals -4x minus 1? Question 2 says give the equation of the line with that slope and that intercept. All right, so if I use that slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, we will have y is equal to -3x plus b, which is 0. So how about just y equals -3x? Question 3 tells us to give the equation of the line with this slope and that intercept. So how about, I'm given the slope and the intercept, so I'll write the slope-intercept form. So how about y equals, all right, m is 0, x plus b. Now b is -2/3. So our equation is just y equals -2/3. Now the slope is 0, right? The slope is 0. So this, I know, because the slope is 0, I get a horizontal line. And what it does, it passes through, that horizontal line passes through -2/3 on the y-axis. Question 4 says to find the slope of a line A, so I guess that's find the slope of the line, okay, part A, parallel, and part B, perpendicular to this line. All right, so we're given that this line is, I'm just going to write that equation down here, y equals -4x plus 2. Now, here's the slope of that line. That's the slope of this line. Now, in part A, what we want to do is find the slope of the line parallel. Well, we know that parallel lines have the same slope. So the line of the slope of the line parallel is going to be -4, right? Parallel lines have the same slope. So parallel lines have the same slope, -4, -4. And part B, perpendicular lines, all right, slope of the perpendicular line is the negative, so change the sign and flip it over. Now really what this is right, -4/1. If you take its reciprocal, that just means flip it over, and change the sign, you will get +1/4. Question 5 says to find the slope of a line that's parallel and perpendicular to this line right here. All right, now we need to work a little bit here. X plus y equals 8. I want to get it into this form right here. Y equals mx plus b, because then I can read off the slope. Right, so this one here is solved for y. So let's just solve for y. So I'm going to subtract x. My plan is just to subtract that x. So I'll get y is equal to -x plus 8. Now if you read through it, it's really y equals -1x plus 8. All right, so the slope of the line, this is part A. The slope of the line parallel is the same slope, -1, right? Parallel lines have the same slope. And B, all right, what is the slope of the line perpendicular? Now, this slope is really -1/1. So change the sign, it'll be positive, and then flip this thing over. So it'll be 1/-1, but I have to change the sign. So I get 1/1. So the slope of the perpendicular is just 1. Question 6, it says, give the slope and the y-intercept for each of the following equations. Then sketch the graph. Give the slope of any line perpendicular to the given line. All right, so here's the line that we're given. We're given this one here. Y equals 3x minus 1. So first of all, the slope. All right, well, the slope is, all right, there's the slope. It's the multiplier of x. So the slope is 3. And the y-intercept, all right, the y-intercept, that is that constant out there, which is -1. and I want the actual point. So I'm going to write that as 0, -1. All right, there's the y-intercept. So let's graph this. So we know that the y-intercept is -1. That's going to be right here, right? -1 on y. That's where it intercepts the y-axis. And the slope is 3. Now, the slope is 3, so I'm going to write that like this. The slope is 3, but slope's always a fraction. So you can write any whole number or any integer as a fraction if you just write it over 1. So this bottom number, that is the horizontal change. This is the vertical change. Change. So I'm going to start at this point. I'm going to go to the right one. Right, that's coming from here. So to the right one. And up 3. 1, 2, 3. Put another point. Now, let's, as best I can, get my straight edge and pass a line through those 2 points. And that brings to an end the first 6 questions here in homework set 30.